Welcome back to Drola's Garage. Today I am on my way to do someone a favor. The guy who bought, if you guys remember the Polar Silver 996 cab that I had bought, I sold it to a gentleman who lives part of the time here in South Florida and part of the time further north. So he's been out of town for a few weeks, I guess, maybe a month or however long it's been, I don't know. And he got a call from one of the neighbors that apparently the car, the battery's completely dead, and the window, I believe the driver's side window, is halfway down. We did get quite a bit of rain here recently, I guess. So he's kind of concerned. He asked me if I could give him any suggestions on what to do. He's gonna take a flight down, but in the meantime, the car is sitting there with the window half open. So we'll see. He told me that he put one of those solar battery chargers on it that plug into the cigarette lighter. And it's my experience with these cars that doesn't work. The reason being is that when you shut the ignition off, it cuts the power to the cigarette lighter. At least that's been my experience. I tried it on my red car on the 997, and when I plug it, even with the Porsche charger, when I plug it in, the little light doesn't come on. Like, it doesn't register that the charger's actually hooked up to anything. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna see what I can do there. Try to give him a hand. I know it's absolutely none of my responsibility or obligation or anything like that, but whatever. I'll give the guy a hand if I can. So I'm on my way over there now. Let's see what I find when I get over there. Hopefully it's not all wet inside and the immobilizer's not all wet, but I won't know. So we'll see. Another reason that I offered to help is that, and I had actually been meaning to call him on this. I don't know if you guys watched the video, the first video that I did on that car. It arrived without a key. Remember I told you guys that the listing showed the key, and the car was running and driving, this and that, but when I went to pick up the car, when I had the driver there, they said, oh, there's no key. I said, well, your auction listing shows the key. It shows a picture of the key. Oh, well, we can't find it, we don't guarantee keys, you're SOL. Okay, well, so be it. So I had to spend like $500 on getting keys made, and whatever, and I did. So I got one full key with the remote and everything, and another valet key, which is what I gave to him. So months went by, I get a call from the auction site in Houston or Dallas or wherever. It was somewhere in Texas. Oh yeah, did you buy lot number ABC123? I said, yeah, I did, like 6 months ago. Oh, well, we have the key. And I said, oh, the famous key that you guys swore up and down didn't exist, even though I showed you pictures that you guys took of the key, and you insisted there's no key and we don't guarantee keys, and figure it out for yourself. That key, I said, oh yeah, that one. Yeah, we have it here. Okay, fine. So whatever. So they FedEx it to me. So I have a key to the car. So when he called me earlier today, I said, you know what? As a matter of fact, I've been needing to call you because I have that key. So it just so happens that I have a key to the car. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Since I have the key, obviously if I didn't have the key, I couldn't do anything about it. But I have the key. So I'm like, okay, I'll go over there. I'll take a ride up to, he's up in Fort Lauderdale. So I'll take a ride where the car is at. I'll see if I can mess with it. I'll at least get it open. And what I told him I was going to do was, I told him I was going to cut the cord where the cigarette lighter goes in, and I brought some alligator clips with me. So I'm going to splice in the alligator clips, and I'm just going to hook up the solar charger directly to the battery, and that way the battery will be getting charged while it's sitting there, until he gets back. It's got a cover on it, but whatever. I'll put the charger on the inside of the cover. It'll still get some light, so it should still keep the battery charged, at least so that nothing happens. So these cars are notorious for low voltage issues. Like when the voltage goes low on these Porsches, the electrical system just goes completely out of whack. So it's not surprising that maybe the window went down somewhat when it started kind of freaking out with the low voltage. So whatever, let's see what happens. It's hot outside, man. I really don't want to be doing this. I'm going to be sweating like crazy, but whatever. It is what it is. So I'll show you guys what I find when I get over there. I should be over there in a few minutes. So I'm here now, and as you can see, the neighbors put a plastic bag over the window, at least to try to keep some of the water out. So ooh, somebody keyed it. Look at that. That scratch wasn't there before. All right, let me see what I can make do here. This is a nice car, but I brought a battery, some cables. This is that key that they sent me that they had lost at the auction. So let's see what I can do. So how many times have you guys seen me do this already, huh? Get the battery, ground here, positive there, bam, front opens. It's kind of wet in here. It's definitely a lot of water, which is not good. Oh man, I don't even know if I want to even attempt to start this thing. I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is just put the battery to charge. I'm gonna take his little charger there, and I'm gonna put these little clips and just leave it hooked up to the battery, and that's it. I really don't want to try to start the car in case that immobilizer is all wet down there. I'd rather let it dry out. Here it's dry. Problem is going to be, where am I going to put that charger? I guess I can just leave it here on top of the windshield. So I came down here, I pulled up the immobilizer, and you can see it's dripping some water. So that's not good at all. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna unplug it. Let me shrink this a little bit. I'm gonna unplug it, and I'm gonna leave it out to dry, because it was sitting in water. I mean, if you can see here, there's water down there. So I'm gonna pull it out and just let it dry. I don't want to hook up any power to it. I don't want to try to start the engine. I don't want to do anything. But I did think of something. I'm gonna have to put power to raise the window. Okay. Let me open it up. Let me take it out, open it up, dry it out before I actually energize it. Oh man, that does not look good. Look at that. Es no bueno at all. I mean, I don't know. Hey, listen, all I can do is try, right? And if it's burned, it's burned. Nothing I'm gonna do now is going to make it any better or any worse. So what I did was I put his little charger here, and like I had told you guys, I put an alligator clip here, an alligator clip there, so it can charge the battery. So what I did here was I hooked up the immobilizer out of the box, but when I hook up the key, it starts clicking, like the alarm is going off. You'll see, you hear it? And the lights are flashing like the alarm is going off, but that's all it does. It doesn't let me put up the windows, put down the windows, nothing. So yeah, this immobilizer is definitely fried. So I don't know what else I can do. I said I can put his battery to charge like I did, and that's about it. And then when I turn the key off, it stops clicking. Key in ignition, first position, there it goes. Nothing. I don't know. Not really much else I can do here. I was finally able to get this window up, and I did that by opening and closing. Open it. So, you know, they have the little thing where you open the handle, it drops down a little bit. So apparently I think the regulator on this door is kind of on not on its way out, but it's getting there, you know what I mean? So I opened and closed it a bunch of times, and every time it would creep up, I pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. So finally, it has a good seal. So I'm gonna leave it like that. That immobilizer is fried. It needs to be fixed, but that's about all I can do from here. Then I have this side to deal with, and this side now has a little crack. Nothing like what the other one had, and it would take some special rain to get in there. Either way, there's nothing under this seat to get wet. The driver's seat is the one you got to worry about. So I think I've done all I can. It's hot. I'm melting. I need some water or a cold beer. Cold beer, actually, that would be much better. That sounds much better than water, right? Yeah. But at least this window is up. I said I'll leave the charger on. I'll take the jumper cables, the battery, all that stuff is mine. This is mine. This is mine. And then I'll talk to this guy and see what he wants to do. He asked me if I could drop off the immobilizer at ECU specialists, but hold on, I'm gonna go stand in the shade over here. But they need the immobilizer, they need the tumbler for the key, and they also need, I believe, the ECU to the motor so they can program it all together. So I don't think it's going to be that easy. Anyway, I'm leaving town Tuesday morning. Today's Saturday. I'm not going to be able to get it done, but at least the car is more or less watertight, except for that window right there, which I'm going to work on for a few more minutes, and if not, then I'm going to call it a day. Check this out. I took it out, I closed the door, and it went up. Perfect. All right. Who would have thought it would have worked better without the immobilizer than with the immobilizer? This window is up, that window is up. My job here is done. There's nothing more I can do, or really willing to do. That's it. Listen, I came here as a favor. I am under no obligation to do anything whatsoever, but I understand the guy's out of town and all that, so I wanted to give him a hand. So I'm out. All right, guys, I'm done. It's like 200 degrees outside, and I gotta get out of here. Like I said, I've done what I can with the car. I'll take the immobilizer with me. I'll see if I can do anything with it. I leave town Tuesday. Today's Saturday. I'll see what I can do. If not, whatever. So, thanks for following along on this little journey of mine. Just trying to do somebody a favor. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Drola964. Follow me on Instagram. And notification bell, and I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Until next time. My adventures, my misadventures. All right, have a good one.